to be able to grow yourself, your business, and your bank account. Okay. So go ahead, once again, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and send out those text messages. Let everybody know we are about to get started. And don't forget, I know that we don't have a chat box or whatever, so you can't really say anything in the chat box, but still bring your energy and your excitement and your enthusiasm to the line. Bring the energy onto the call as if you knew what you were going to learn was going to help you to add another zero in your bank account, right? Add another million to your bank account, right? So bring that energy to the line, bring that excitement to the line. Let's see here. I know some more people popped on. Welcome, Gabby. I see somebody on a Samsung. I see somebody on an iPhone.
Robert Boyce, Winter Milford, Connecticut.
Yes, you got Gabby in Orlando, Florida.
Only one of Samsung.
California. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Nobody else has Samsung.
I have a Samsung, but I also have an iPhone.
I'm not an iPhone guy. I have a flip phone too.
I won't hold it against you. That's okay. I'm just kidding.
I can't wait for Tesla's Pi phone. That's gonna be slamming.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the line. My name is Carly Gwynn. I am chiming in tonight from Orlando, Florida. It is my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be your host tonight and welcome each and every one of you to the call. This is the Millionaire Mentorship call. This call happens every single Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time without fail. This is where you want to make sure you are with your pen and your notepad ready, with your excitement and your enthusiasm and your energy, right? And as we are about to get started, go ahead, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and make sure your line is muted out so we have a crystal clear call. So we don't have any background noise or distraction, nothing keeping you from the information that's going to be shared tonight. Definitely go ahead and make sure if you can be on camera and you're somewhere where you can be focused and intentional, fantastic. We'd love to see your face. But if you're maybe driving, headed home from work, or, maybe you still have something going on with the kids, but you still want to make sure you're on the call so you don't miss anything. Definitely go ahead. If you've got stuff happening in your background, go ahead and just mute out your camera so that way we don't have any distractions. Again, we just want to keep the call crystal clear and distraction free. Got a couple more minutes before we get started. So again, if you are not seeing your people on the line with you, go ahead and send out those messages and don't miss out, okay? So send out those messages. Go ahead and tag anyone that's joining you on Facebook so that they don't miss the call as well. Let's see here. Got a lot of people jumping in. So welcome, 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 everybody. Again, just have a moment or two before we get started. So definitely go ahead if you haven't already done so. I want to welcome each and every single one of you guys to the line. I see we have Brenda on the line, Chris.
Recording in progress.
Boudreaux on the line tonight, David on the line, Ernestina on the line tonight, Leroy joining the call tonight. Welcome to the call. Adrian, Angela. I'm like, it's moving so fast. Welcome, 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 you guys. I am not your speaker or trainer, but I have the honor and privilege of being your host tonight and welcoming you to the call this evening. So again, we have a moment or two before we get started. Take these few moments to make sure you're in a quiet place, that you have your pen and notepad ready. Go ahead and make sure that you've got, your coffee, your tea, your water. Make sure you got the kids fed, the pets together and situated. You don't have anybody's spouses or whatever fed, so that way you don't have anyone coming in trying to interrupt you, because you never know when that nugget that's going to just unlock the next level of you is going to be released, right? You don't know what you're going to connect with that's just going to help you to go to the next level. So you want to be focused, you want to be on purpose, you want to be intentional on this call, okay? So I know we were having a little bit of a technical challenge with our speaker, so let me see. Give me just a moment. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to the line. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give me just a moment. All right. You gotta love technology, right? It keeps us connected, but sometimes it likes to do its own thing. So that's okay. Just bear with us for a moment. Okay. Awesome. Well, the time is now come for me to step out of the way of greatness. The gentleman I have the honor and privilege of introducing to you, he's a family man. He's a military veteran, and he's been a successful entrepreneur for over 25 years. He's earned millions of dollars in not one, not two, but three different industries. And he's come out of retirement because this is going to be the fourth industry that he's going to earn millions of dollars in. But not only has he done pretty well for himself, but more importantly, he's always done what's best for his people and helped them to be successful and make money as well. He has a goal to help 10,000 families generate $5,000 per month in residual recurring income in the next 2 to 5 years. But what I love most about him is he's the definition of integrity and character. And he's one of the only people that's ever been and done every single thing that he ever committed to me that he would be or do. So please help me welcome to the line tonight someone I'm honored to call my coach, my mentor, and my friend, the VP of Leadership Development, Mr. Sam Bean.
What's going on, Carly? How we doing? How we doing?
Awesome, sir. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fantastic. I appreciate your hosting. Thank you very much for jumping on last minute. Hey guys, please give me, well, I would say show me some love and show her some love rather than give her some ones, some hearts, but you can't do that. But I know just give her that energy, as she says, as it exudes through the line and she catches that vibe all the way out there in Orlando, Florida. But guys, again, it's Monday night. You know what that means? It's Monday night. The Millionaire mentorship call is here. And I'm excited to be able to share with you guys today what I'm going to share with you guys today. And, for me, it's got me and my personality and my character traits kind of hard for me to keep a secret. So I get a chance to release that tonight. But before I do so, I want to make sure, that I say one, thank you again for the ownership of the company, for putting this platform together for us guys. And, again, you want to make sure you really sit down and because we're in the month of Thanksgiving, the month of November, which is the month of Thanksgiving, and we have a lot to be thankful for. And when you look at health is on the top of the list, family is on the top of the list, and then the ability to create wealth has to be up there some kind of way, right? And so when it comes to you, the future of your family, the well-being of you guys from a wealth perspective, got to say I appreciate you to Mr. Winston and Mrs. Christina Navarro, Mr. and Mrs. JC and Jennifer Rangel, and Mr. and Mrs. Daniel and Carla Pacheco. Again, we appreciate you guys coming together, putting this platform together, and buying this company and opening this company for us. Right. Also, just want to get some shouts out real quick here, guys. It was a big weekend for BYLD and the network. When I look at the Super Saturday that was held by Ed Ayala and Julio Aquino, those guys with their star-studded lineup killed it. Got some really good feedback from that, and I'm always excited to see guys out there driving. And I'll talk about drivers a little bit later, but again, they put all of their chasers in a position to win, and that's huge. So again, shout out to those guys for making things happen. Want to say shout out to the Houston market, all the leaders in that market, from Angel Trend, Coffee, Brown or Coffee, and what was that? Sabrina and Eddie, Julie, Mrs. Bean. It's a lot of people in that market, guys. We had a successful presentation and mixer. And I can just say right now, the guys who were at that mixer, people who I don't know, they said they'd never been to a mixer like that before. They said they were thoroughly impressed with the conversations people were having in the room, the level of intellect that was, coming from the front of the room and also just permeating around the room from all the professionals. They were appreciative that I didn't give a long presentation and that my part was only 10 minutes and let them get back to, their thing. And so, definitely going to be talking to you guys in the future about how we did that and why we'll be doing a lot more. And, you guys can do them in your markets as well. But definitely want to say shout out to those guys who put that together. And also, even today, Idris Alaka, killed the 12 o'clock call, just really setting the thing on fire. Again, just showing you guys how to be, a perfect or a great mentee. Because again, he talked about a lot of things, but again, sometimes a lot of the damage is self-inflicted, right? And you got to make sure you hold yourself accountable first before you hold anybody else accountable. So that was one of those things. I asked JC, hey man, do you mind if he just trains on that? Because when he trained it in our group, people responded. And guys, one thing you want to know about people, about human beings want to be led, right? They want someone to give them clear, concise instructions. They want to follow someone who knows exactly what they're doing. And, that's the thing that we're going to be creating, not just now, but from now on over the years. We're not just going to be creating people who make a lot of money. Anybody can make a lot of money, especially in a platform like this. We're going to be creating leaders and people who are some of the best teachers, who are teaching by learning and by going through the process, but also teaching from a position of leadership. And so that's going to be awesome. And so just all the mentors, y'all keep on doing a great job. Keep on making it happen. Keep on getting better. Now, as far as the convention, guys, real quick here, make sure you get your convention tickets tonight, guys. Again, just continue to purchase your convention tickets. Make sure that people are understanding that that convention ticket is happening. They want to go, event is happening. They want to get that ticket as soon as they get started. And so make sure you're promoting that. But that event is going to be a huge event, guys. I'm going to tell you, it's for those of you who show up, okay, let just be very, very positive at this moment. For those of you who show up, I can just about guarantee if you show up in the right frame of mind, right, with the things that we're going to do at that event, you're pretty much going to put your business about 18 months ahead of those who don't show up based on the impact and based on everything you see and experience. Okay. And so you guys are going to get a clear, concise vision of what the future looks like and how big it's going to be, how explosive it's going to be. By the time we get there, guys, a lot of you should have a six-figure foundation to be. If you're not at Builder 8,000 by that time, you should have a really good, solid foundation that you should be there within 3 to 6 months after that event. Okay. All right. So get your tickets. You don't want to miss an event that you qualify to go to, but you don't want an event that can change. You don't want to miss an event that can change your life. A lot of you guys don't know this. I'm not going to go all the way through it, but it was the events for me. Okay. Where I grew up, I wasn't the person who knew how to dress professionally, didn't know how to talk professionally, didn't know how to present, didn't know how to train. I didn't do anything that I needed to be able to do from the stage well at all. Okay. But one thing I could do, I could go shake some trees. I could bring some people to the events and I could put them in front of people who are very, very successful and let them go to work for me. And I'm just telling you right now, that's going to be, something where you guys transition from just taking people to the events and allowing the event to work from you to the very next event. A lot of you guys are going to see yourself speaking. And so make sure you're not just at that event, make sure you're at that event on purpose and on the way to that event on purpose. So one thing I am going to do, guys, when he talks about minding your business at the end of this conversation today, everybody in this company, especially the people who are, let's say the founders, people who got that $2,500 investment pack, you're going to be pretty excited about what I have to say. So this is going to be one of those things where you do want to mind your business, guys. You want to make sure that you're in a position starting today, right? You can't grandfather in activity, right? But you can start today, right? And go ahead and build up some momentum through the end of the month, right? And then through the end of the year, when you look at people who are extremely successful, they take the last quarter of the year and they master it. I'm talking about the 5%ers. I'm talking about the people who don't check out, who don't clock out, people who understand that everybody else is self-sabotaging their success. Okay. And so make sure you're hanging around because somewhere toward the middle or somewhere toward the end, I'm going to share some information that's going to put some of you guys in a six-figure situation. Okay. And so with that being said, what I want to do here is this. Now, when it comes to the industry itself, when it comes to business and comes to platforms like direct sales, even network marketing, a lot of companies, when you have people who are independent contractors and business owners, guys, I'm gonna just tell you, the season that we're in right now is going to be a bad season for a lot of unprepared people. Okay? You guys are coming up against some things that are looking to take you out, and on an annual basis, there are 4 things that'll take you out if you're not prepared for it. Okay, the very first thing that'll take you out, one is the holidays. And so when you look at the holidays, guys, you're already going to be dealing with shorter months. Okay. When I say shorter months, and this month right here, you're only going to have 23 days in this month. You're going to be short 7 days. You're going to be short 1 week because in the month of November, guys, what's going to happen is people are going to clock out. People are going to check out. As a matter of fact, right now, if you're not talking to your people, if you're not getting your people engaged, if you're not keeping your people's goals in front of them, like Yada Yala likes to talk about all the time, guys, I'm gonna just tell you right now, the commercials are going to get them. You know, all the advertisements are going to give them. All of the Black Friday and all of these other things are putting these people in a holiday frame of mind. It's going to get them. They're going to check out, and instead of losing 7 days, they're going to lose a whole entire 30. They're going to wake up on December 1st wondering what happened in November. Okay. So, but business people, okay, they always stay focused. Okay. Business people understands that there are some sacrifices that they're going to make, and they won't have to make sacrifices every year at this time. Okay. They're making sure that they make the sacrifices and make sure that the sacrifices count. Okay. And so Thanksgiving, people are already booking flights. People are already planning on going shopping. I'm telling you that last week, they're going to take off. They're going to cook. They're going to travel. They're going to party. They're going to eat. They're going to drink. They're going to do a lot of things. They're going to do everything except for what they should be doing in their businesses. Okay. And so that's something that if you're conscious of, that's something that if you understand it's going to happen, that's something that you should get in front of, right? That's something that you should make sure you start to prepare for and start finding your people who have goals, have dreams, and make sure you now start to get those people going in that direction toward them. So by the time you look up, what'll end up happening is the 80%ers they're already going to check out, sometime between now and Thanksgiving. But the 20% of the people who are in your organization that actually have character, those people who won't let you go through this month and build on your own, those 20% of people who won't let their goals and dreams go by the wayside, guys, when you're working with those people, what's going to happen is they're going to work up to Wednesday. And after Wednesday, then Wednesday and Thursday on Thanksgiving, they're going to have a good time. Friday, they might kick it. And then Saturday, back to work. Just telling you, because holidays are not important, to people who have goals and dreams. And there's a book called Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if you guys ever heard it or not, but a guy by the name of what's his name? God, I just forgot. Hold on. How I forgot my man's name. Think and Grow Rich. That's what they call a brain fart. So it's gonna come back to me. All right. So this is the thing, guys. He has a chapter in that book. It's called The 55 Alibis of Old Man If, right? And so when you look at what's going on and what's about to happen, when you have a goal, okay, and then you have something that confronts your goal, like a holiday, like a party, like just a get together, something like that, guys, something that's gonna take you out of your out of your game, is going to distract you. That means that your goal is not big enough. And Napoleon Hill is the name. I knew it was going to come to me, and I got a lot of chimes coming, and I noticed what they're doing. So I appreciate those of you who are texting it to me. I know y'all texting it to me. So, but that's what teamwork is, right? Together, everyone accomplishes more and builds each other out. But Napoleon Hill says in that in that chapter, guys, you're going to come across situations where there are going to be some legitimate reasons, right, that you're not going to be able to do some of the things you're supposed to, but it doesn't mean that you still don't have to. If you have goals that are bigger than that legitimate reason, you're still going to push through. And I'm going to just say, if you have big goals and dreams, a party is not the thing. A holiday is not the thing. And I'm not saying do anything on Thanksgiving. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying don't enjoy your family. I'm just saying don't clock out for the month. Okay? You don't want to clock out for the month. So that's one thing. Also, when you're at parties, guys, you don't want to be that guy or that gal that ruins the party, right? You don't want to be the person who acts like you're an amateur or a rookie and you're running around the party talking to everybody about what you do for a living when everybody's trying to figure out what to do with this tryptophan, trying to worry about what to do, with their weekend and how they're going to enjoy themselves. And so when you're actually at these parties, be the professional, okay? Play hard to get and hard to give up information. Right. When a person asks you what you do, tell them that you're an entrepreneur. You just open up your own high ticket sales brokerage, all right, or your own solar brokerage, or your own, alkaline water brokers, whatever it is, right? And then say, you know what, I appreciate you asking about it. When a person asks you more about it, and what you want to say is this, hey, cuz, or hey, sis, or whoever it is, you know what, we're at the party. I just want to enjoy you and your presence. I want to enjoy you and your company. How about we do this? How about we, just get together on a Monday or Tuesday, and jump on the phone or get together and have a cup of coffee or a bite to eat, and then we can talk about it. But right now, I just want to respect, the party and just enjoy everybody, all the family, or enjoy the friends, right? And if it's a networking party, it's different. But I'm talking about a house party. I'm talking about a family party, get together. You don't want to be the person working the room, and so now every time you leave one corner of the room, that corner is talking about you while you're talking to the other side. Okay, show them that you're a professional. Show them that you've been here before. That's kind of like the guy on Thursday night who played for the Jets. He was a rookie, right? Rookie running back, ran the ball in. Well, he ran toward the end zone, untouched, dropped the ball right before he got into the end zone, celebrating. Rookie mistake. Not only did they not get the touchdown, but the other team got the ball, right? And so it's the same thing. You want to make sure that you're the professional. Want to make sure that you go out there and you're now people watching the rookies make those mistakes, right? And so that's important. Again, parties are going to happen, and you just want to make sure you're a professional at those parties. Christmas is another thing, right? You're going to lose 2 weeks in the month of December. Right? So you're going to lose a week for Christmas, and then you're going to lose that week after Christmas, right? All the way up past New Year's to January the 2nd. Yeah, and trust me, I know JC somewhere shaking his head, Ed or y'all are somewhere shaking their head saying he's right, right? Because we've been in this industry for a long time. Mr. Pacheco, Mr. Navarro, they're shaking their head saying, you know what, he's right. Guys, you want to make sure that most people are going to check out halfway through the month of December. They're going to be going to all these Christmas parties. They're going to be going to all these house parties. They're going to be traveling to, different cities, different states. They're going to be doing a lot of different things and shopping, buying gifts. They're going to be doing everything except for focusing on their business, right? And guys, get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with doing any of those things unless those things keep you from doing what's most important for your families, right? Remember, your families are trusting you to take the time, that you are using toward this business and make the best of it, right? If your kids, just like your kids have a report card, right? And what happens when they come home with C's and D's and F's? Most of you punish them, right? And so what happens if, you yourself as a parent for the month of December, you get an incomplete, right? Or you get a C, or you get a D, or you get an F, and you showed your kid, your report card for your business, your build business, okay? What would they say? Would they punish you? Okay? Like you would punish them for their grades, for their work, right? When they go to school, they have one job. I tell my kids, you have one job, make great grades. Okay? Everything else is extra. Football is a sport that is not required for you to succeed in life. You need to make those grades. And so you should make those grades for your kids as well, guys. You want to make sure that you reward them, for allowing you to build a business in their absence. Okay. So Christmas, I'm just telling you, like right now, you have people who you get a chance to now lead and lead them through making better decisions. A lot of people in the month of December, what they do is they go and put themselves in extreme debt, right? And so we have the Smart Money Club here, right? So when you look at people who are, I would say habitual, bad spenders, right? They go max out all their credit cards and try to make everybody happy, right? And they're trying to make everybody happy, but January 1st, that reality sets in, and now they know they got to pay for all those credit cards. They got to go out there and make all that debt right, right? Or they got to just, suck it up and let it go away and have a 400, 500 credit score, right? And so that's when you get a chance to talk to a person who needs to make a decision about business. Hey, look, I know you said you want to wait, but let me ask you a question. Okay. Is this Christmas any different than the Christmas that you had last year? What do you mean? I mean, do you have way more money this year where you can spend a lot of money this year and not create any debt on credit cards, not put yourself in the bind? Is it any different this year than it was last year? Well, not really. Okay, well, why don't we do this? Okay, why don't you actually take that $200 and invest it into the BYLD network, get yourself a business, let us go ahead and work with you, and let us start making that money back so we can put that $200 back on the credit card. One. Two, after this, we're going to be working with you on a regular basis to make sure that next time Christmas, this time next year, you won't have, those same challenges. You'll have some surplus, you'll have some excess, right? You'll have some money that you can play with. And I'm gonna tell you, I can tell you from experience, I can tell you from a position of authenticity, not by me hearing this conversation with somebody. This is a conversation that someone had with me when I was flat broke, making bad decisions, right? And I bought everybody in my family gifts. At that time I was super single, right? No girlfriends, no wife, no kids, and everybody else's kids basically were my kids, right? My brother has 4 kids, my sister has 1, and I have a lot of little cousins that are just like my nieces and nephews. And I spent money on all of them, right? And so when things took a turn for the worse, I was still, buying gifts from all of them when I didn't even have the money, because I'd started a process at that point in time that I didn't want to let them down. And the whole entire time, not knowing I was letting them down by teaching them bad habits, right? And so having that conversation with my leader, I put everybody on pause, for Christmas, and went out there and built my business, made the investment in the company, which is $1,400. And guys, everything changed after that. The income went straight up. It went crazy to the point to where I was able to take one of the things off my bucket list. I was able to take my family, my wife, my 2 sons, to a Miami Dolphins game on Christmas Day. They played the Packers. We didn't just go sit there. We were actually on the 50, and we had access to the club section where you can go in there, get food and everything else. But it was a proud moment for me, looking back at where I come from, and more proud so that I took the advice from the person that gave it to me, because I valued their advice. I wanted to be in a position that they were in. I didn't want to be them. I wanted to have the lifestyle and the freedom that they actually had. So if I want to have the lifestyle and the freedom that they have, I need to make the same decisions and make the same sacrifices, right? As you hear me say it all the time, there's no shortage of mentorships. There's no shortage of mentors, period. There's just a shortage of people who understand the value of them, right? And who are willing to take their advice. That's when you have people who are giving you advice, and they have really no benefit but to see you win for giving you that advice. When you don't take the advice, they stop giving it. And then when they stop giving it, they come up missing. You're left wanting, right? And so I'm gonna just say this: these are little nuggets, guys, little nuggets of wisdom that I want to give you. It may seem real simple, but they'll cost you a fortune, or they'll make you a fortune. Every mistake that you make, guys, will cost you tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you won't see that right now, right? Because you're not there yet, right? But you can see that when you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can look back and say, man, you know what? This mistake cost me 100,000. This mistake cost me $250,000. This one probably cost me $500,000, right? Because you've been through that process. You learn everything you need to learn, right? But that's the thing. Make those sacrifices and teach people how to make the sacrifices by bartering with them. Hey, $200. Don't go blow all your money. Okay. Come over here and invest it. Let us work with you. Let us help you recruit. Let us help you sell. Right. Let us help you make that money back. And then, guys, when you do that for a person, they can trust you, and they'll give you more opportunities to lead them. Okay. The third thing, slow season. Okay. Some of you guys are dealing with slow season right now, and you have people who are telling you, well, it's winter, right? And right now, nobody's buying solar. Well, that's not true. If you look at the text message, well, if you look at the message that Hans put in the chat about 4 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago, he said 500,000 people in a 1 week span searched, solar installers. So if 487,000 people last week searched for a solar installer, right now you either believe in the hype or you're creating it. Okay. And so that's the falsity. You're just not in a position where you believe big enough that people still want solar during the winter. And they do, guys. And they do because you're showing them the value. If you don't show them the value and how that solves a problem and how they can probably get better rates right now because it's winter and all these other benefits that they have, that means that you don't deserve that sale. But someone is going to get that sale because when you turn that sale down, somebody's going to pick that lead up. Remember, opportunities, when you pass them up, guys, they don't go away. You just pass it up for someone else to walk by and pick up. That's somebody that's going to get solar, whether you give it to them or not. Okay. But also remember, you're not in the solar business. You're in the leadership business. Right? You just happen to sell solar, you happen to sell water, you happen to sell security, right? And you can go out here and sell anything that we actually have. You can go out there and still be a business partner and build things, guys, that, when I say you build something that other people won't be able to tear down, other people won't be able to replicate because they're not from the same, they're not like you. Guys, trust me on this. They set you guys up to win. Okay? You have the same products, you have the same services, as Idris, you have the same services as Hans, you have the same services as Chris McCaffrey, you have same services as Matt Acosta, as Roberto Robledo, as Tony Dunner. You have the same services as all of these people, but I can guarantee you, you won't see any of them slow down because they don't make excuses, they make it happen. They're in the same company. They have the same products, have the same service, they just have a different mindset. Okay. And that's the thing that you have to change. You have not because you think not. When you think, with that mindset that, things are not going to happen for you and you're going to blame the season for it, you don't deserve it. Okay. So get out of that, get out of the slow season, frame of mind. This is where you need to winterize your business. Like when you come across, quotes like here in Texas, when they say, we're about to have a freeze, that's probably the only time we wrap up our pipes. And we wrap up our pipes because we want to keep them warm and make sure those pipes don't freeze, burst, and cause a problem. As right now, if you don't take over and winterize your business through this whole November and this whole entire December, what's going to end up happening, your business is going to freeze up, it's going to seize up, and it's going to either go away or you're going to have to jumpstart it again one day in January when you finally realize that you got to make a decision to go out there and build it. Okay. So that was number 3. Number 4, and this happens every 4 years, you know what I'm talking about, the election. Okay. So number 4, what's going to end up happening is, guys, you have companies right now that are already laying off. They're already right-sizing, downsizing. They're already making adjustments. And they're making adjustments because every time someone new comes into the office, every time a new administration sets up to take over, corporations and owners of corporations don't know what's going to happen. They don't know the changes that's going to take place. They don't know the laws that are going to be, basically set forth. They have no idea. So you're going to see more. I'm giving you guys a heads up. I don't have a crystal ball. I just understand this. I've been doing this for a long time. By the end of this year, by the end of December, big companies, big corporations, right? Fortune 500 companies and larger will be cutting down drastically. And you're going to be looking at these things saying, man, I am glad, I have been building my business. I am glad I have been talking to all these people. I am glad I've been getting proficient, on my conversations and my talk-offs and my invites and everything else. And when all this stuff happens, these people are going to be looking for something, right? And the first place they're going to turn to is another job in the same industry. But guys, that's not going to work for everybody. That's not that many jobs out there. 1, 2, they're going to turn to these gigs. Uber, Airbnb, Etsy, Amazon, all these things we talk about in our presentations, that's your competition. Okay. That's your competition. Okay. And so you want to make sure you're prepared. So when all of that stuff happens and a lot of the doom and gloom, literally comes down, what you want to do is you want to make sure that by January 1st, you actually have a resume of people who you help make $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. You want to make sure you put yourself in a position where you have a resolution for the problem that they have now. You have people who are going to be making $4,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, who are going to lose their jobs. Therefore, that income is non-existent, and they're going to need something. Okay. And then you'll just be able to point had people who are making $20,000 a month over here, $30,000 a month over here, $40,000, $50,000 a month over here, or $5,000 a month over here. So even if they go get a job, okay, which they probably will, most of them, majority of them will find a job somewhere, somehow, or a gig somewhere, somehow, at least they can start building with you. So one day they can work their way out of that gig or out of that job and not need a job anymore. Okay. And so again, those are the four things. You want to make sure that you're ahead of the game. You want to make sure you're educated. You want to make sure you're a professional, right? And this is the time where you got to figure out, if this really matters to you or not. This is the time where, like when I said earlier, what do I need to do to shift gears? What do I need to do to go out there and put myself in a position where I'm attractive to the people who are going to need me? What do I need to do to go out there and put myself in a position where when they come, I can actually grow their businesses. I can do presentations for them. I can go out here and grow and help them move along. Okay. Well, the best way to go into 2025, guys, with a lot of momentum and prepared, to have a six-figure year, okay, or a multiple six-figure year, when you, like people like Urgent, are going to have multiple six figures, right? In the next year, if not a seven-figure year, he's like that, okay? But you personally, talking to you, who that person that's listening to me right now, that's not like that. That person who's just getting started, that person who's new to this industry, person who's really looking for a way, you're going to have to become what we call a chaser. Okay. And a chaser is a person who they're going to go out there, and it's kind of like shotgunning. You're going to talk to everybody, and you need to talk to everybody because you don't really know who's going to do what, right? Because you have people who, it amazes me how people with no experience, they'll look at people and say, I'm not going to talk to that person. That person is not going to be good for my business, or that person doesn't need this business, or, and I'm going to just tell you, a lot of people out there, if you just open your mouth, they would do business with you, right? But again, you pass up people like you can afford to, okay? When you look at people like Dennis, who's over in St. Louis, he knocks 100, 200, $300 every Sunday after he's worked, 6 days a week on his business. Okay. Landscaping business, yard service business, power washer business. This guy's got a 7-day business, but he takes one day off of his sixth, which is on Sunday, to go and knock doors in different neighborhoods. Right. This is a guy who's on a mission. He's on a 7-figure mission. Right. And he's not going to stop till he get it. Okay. Guys, you want to make sure you get fanatical, okay, about your goals and about your dreams. You want to make sure you're a chaser. You want to make sure that you talk to everybody and anything moving. Okay? And then when you start putting people in, you start learning how, the system goes. You start learning how everything flows. Okay? You go from being a chaser, right? From build a 500 to build a 2,000, I'm building 1,000 to, build a 2,000. And then you start to become a driver, kind of like NASCAR. You start driving volume. So now you're moving volume kind of like, without even touching it. Like when you're a driver, you drive with your, the car is just driving itself, no hands. It's the same thing with your business. At some point in time, you know how to drive your business. At some point in time, you know how to drive recruiting. Sometimes you know how to drive volume. You know how to drive sales. You know how to drive rank advancement. You now become the leader. You know how to drive. But guys, if you don't go out there and chase and learn from all those experiences, you don't go out there and grind. You don't go out there and put the work ethic in. It's going to be hard for you to drive automatically. Okay? And for those of you who are salespeople, guys, this may not be for you. Okay. And then again, it just may be for you. Yeah, it's at the same work ethic. I can just tell you right now, you got people right now who are doing 3, 4, 5, 6 meetings a day on solar meetings. Right? Just telling you, so it does matter. You just want to make sure you're that person. I'll give you another example. You want to take the movies, for instance. And so you have the actor, and you have the director, right? And so when you look at the actor, you have some actors in here who are getting paid pretty good money because they're leading actors, right? And then you have some people who are co-stars, like our mentees, right? And then you have some people who are in the business who are just extras, They're in the audience. And the crazy part about it is you're in the audience amongst the masses as an extra in your own movie. Right now, your BYLD movie is airing and no one knows you. Matter of fact, your BYLD movie is airing right now. Movie is about over, and they're running the credits and they don't even see your name. Right? And so as an actor, yeah, guys, you want to make sure you go out there and put in the work and be the best actor you can. Go out there and get those starting roles. Go out there and make those big dollars. And then go out there and make a name for yourself, but also learn the industry of acting while you're doing it. Okay? When you're learning the industry of acting while you're doing it, at some point in time, guys, learning the business of movies while you're doing it, what ends up happening is you start to direct for actors. Yeah, you start to call the shots. You start to put the people in the right places, right? And, so you want to make sure this person here is not the right person for this role, but they're the perfect person for this role. You start putting people in their perfect places. You're the ones that are moving pieces around, right? And guess what? As a director, you make more money than the actors. Your career is more secure in most cases. If you're a great director, your career is more secure than most actors. And they're not an elite actor like a Denzel Washington, or somebody like that, guys. Where you got roles coming 24 hours a day, Will Smith 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all these other Robert Downey Jr. and everybody else, guys. It's director is where you want to be, right? That's why we talk about the leadership positions a lot, okay? Because the people who are managers and above, the people who are builders and above, these people are directors that are casting and training actors. Okay? And so this is what I would suggest you guys do. Because like I said, we want to make sure that this is an effective season. This is a one heck of a quarter. We wanted to set you guys up, with a great announcement. Okay. So tonight's not going to be, like I said, a long call. I want to make sure that one, you make a decision today, to be the driver, or make a decision today to be the director. Stop being the extra in your own movie. Stop allowing people to be the star and the co-star of your own movie. At some point in time, you got to stop making JC the actual star. As a matter of fact, JC is already producing and directing. He don't have time for acting anymore. He don't have the time to be the star in your business. And some of you guys are knowing that, right now he's looking at you like you're a low budget film and he's not going to do that work, right? So you have to now step in that role. Instead of giving him your script, you go out there and do your roles, do your lines. Okay? Instead of asking Ed Ayala, right, to always do your lines, always do your role. Hey, can you sit in? Can you do this shot for me? Right? Now you have to now pick up that script. You have to now go out there and rehearse those lines. You have to go out there and do the work, right? So they can go on and continue to do what they do, because Ed doesn't have a lot of time to play your roles when he's driving. Super Saturdays, guys. First of all, most people will be in the company 3, 4, 5, 6 months before they have their first Super Saturday, their first market meeting. You have people who have been in the company for 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, and guys, they don't even have enough people in their market to have a market meeting. Okay, but Ed and Julio, but this is what, the second, third, maybe third Super Saturday already, right? These guys are on a mission. These guys are driving. These guys are driving volume. These guys are creating. They're creating drivers from the chasers. They got a ton of chasers, right? But they're creating and identifying people to train. Okay. And so a lot of other leaders who are in the company, guys, don't want to leave anybody out. I'm just giving you some right now, examples. Right. I see people like Veronica and Roberto, who are stepping into the actual driver role. Right. So they've been chasing. They've been chasing. They've been chasing. Now they have people who are upgrading. They have people who are enrolling as builders. They have people who are professionals that are coming in, sitting down with Mr. Navarro, the owner. They have a lot of activity, right? They've been on all the calls. They're working on their trade. They're working on their script, and they're learning the language. And guys, Roberto and Veronica are shifting gears. People like Matt and Roxy, same thing. Okay. In Houston, we have Eddie and Sabrina shifting gears. You have people in pockets of people. Erjan, just looking at him on social media every day, making it happen. I'm just saying, he'll be back at 20, 30 deals a month before you know it, right? Hans driving in Maryland, putting together things for people in his team, empowering people in his team, and putting people in a position where they can win and lead generation and just passing deals, mentor deals to people on his team who are qualified to do the deals. That's leadership, that's directing, that's driving. Okay. He just, again, making it happen. Guys, you got guys over here, Chris McHenry giving deals away to his people, letting people do mentor deals, and he's building on his Builder 4,000, Builder 8,000, and everything else beyond. I can go all day long. I'm meeting people, who are calling out the blue, like Erica Villarreal and Johnny Montes, people I'm talking to and just having conversations with, doing three ways for. Yeah, it's guys, these people, when people are reaching out, people are hungry, people are grinding, people are chasing, and they really and truly want to be drivers. Guys, you can't help but help these people. That Angel Trent out there killing it. Had a ton of people at the event on Saturday. Professionals, different backgrounds, different careers. And so, again, just not to leave anybody out, but I just want to give you guys names of people who I see, I'm watching, and I see what's happening in their business, right? They're growing, and these are some of the next superstars. Some of you guys, I hope I get to say your name in some of these future trainings and calls. But tonight, as I wrap up here, guys, there's a big announcement here I want to make, and this is pretty cool. Again, it just goes back to the generosity, of the owners and how much they really want to help you guys win and really want to create something special, for you guys, put you guys in a position to win. So, a lot of you guys out there, are on the fence, and I want to make sure we get you off the fence. I want to make sure that if you're here, you hear my voice, and you still trying to make a decision on whether you want to pull a trigger, let me help you. Okay. So pull this up here. Let's see here. For some reason it's not showing up. Let me see here. Okay, Carla, can you see that? If you can see that,
Yes,
let me
sir.
know.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
Okay. So, I would ask you guys how many of you guys would like to level up, but I can't. It'll be chaos. But what the company has done is this. We're doing a level up promo, and for me, I've always used promotions, guys, to win. The very first promotion, that I was in a network marketing company, it was in the month of late November, and they basically had a calling party, and whoever got the most um, verified confirmations for the event that was happening on that weekend, they got a chance to get invited to a big party. And guys, my wife and I sit there smiling down their first event, and the things that we won for at that party that we actually had access to that everybody else didn't. We had probably about 50 people, well, I'm sorry, about 40 people who made it to the party, but it was 500 people who were there. The tools that I got that they gave us went on to help us build a huge organization. Okay. Again, being the person who is the master promoter, being the person who can get a person in the right seats where they can hear the right information and be impacted by the right individuals, that person is always going to win. Remember, I don't care how great of a presenter or speaker you are, if you have nobody to speak and present to, you're going to have a business that one day will be out of business. Okay. And so for us, I'd rather be a person who can invite and promote and get them to talk to the people who I want them to hear from and let them enroll and get the actual business, right? Than to be somebody who speaks well, but can't invite, can't promote, and has nobody join them organization. Okay. And so as a promotion, anytime the company puts out a promotion, remember, it's not your money. But ask yourself though, if it was your money, how would you promote? If you had $5,000, $10,000 online, $20,000 online for a promotion, how hard would you promote? How hard would you want people to work? Who would you talk to and everything else? Because it's your money, it's a little bit different. Okay? But it's the company's money. And the best way to say thank you, guys, is one, by participating. Best way to say thank you is by doing what you're trained to do and by what you're coached to do, what you're promoted to do, as this right here is going to open some doors for you guys. Okay? And so those of you who are going to have those hard conversations and talk to people about their future and be genuine with it and not be talking to people with commission breath, as when they upgrade, right? When they upgrade, this is going to put them in a position where now they have some skin in the game. Okay. Now you're going to get a little bit more of their attention. Okay. A little bit more of their time. And you're going to get their goals, get their dreams, give them a goal, a game plan, and do some calls. And you can put everybody on one call and have them all invite to one call. You don't have to be a call for one person. Just get the ball rolling in that person's life. Show them that the $200 investment that they made, which, guys, I'm going to tell you right now today, $200 is a lot of money for some people. Okay. But so if a person puts $200 in this business and invests it because they believed in you, make sure you go out there and reward them for that investment. Make sure you reward them for believing and trusting that you're going to be there to help them. So with that being said, the level up promo here, guys, is this, and this is where nobody's going to lose, right? And we have it set up to where nobody loses. But everyone that upgrades the builder, guys, will be able to get they will actually be able to get an entry, right, in a drawing. Okay. Now, let's see here. I'm going to be doing a builder boot camp for 100% of the people who actually upgrade. It don't matter whether you upgrade from the affiliate to, or the consultant to the builder. It's upgrade to the builder, period. Okay. I'm going to personally do a builder boot camp for everybody. But for the people who get a drawing, guys, you have a convention ticket that's going to be, again, a very, very nice prize. Then you have $250 shopping spree, which is going to be nice for somebody. You have VIP seating and entry at the convention, which is going to be somebody who, again, is going to be able to be happy about sitting in the front and not having to wait in the line. Okay. Private 1 hour game plan and Q&A with the leader of your choice. JC didn't know that. I was going to put him under the bus like that. Winston didn't know that. Ed and Julio, y'all are part of this too. So if you want to get a 1 hour game plan session with those guys, Q&A, again, somebody's going to win one of these. Like all of these are not just either or, one person wins. Somebody's going to win each one of these, but you can only win one. A tablet or a laptop when we reach 500 upgrades. So when we reach 500 upgrades, somebody's going to be able to draw for a tablet or a laptop. When we get to 1,000 upgrades, right, somebody's going to get a round trip airfare, to the event. Okay. And so this is what we're going to be doing. Remember that from right now to December the 15th, that's the deadline. Okay. December the 16th, we're going to have the drawing. Okay. And what we want to do is what Ron and I were thinking about was seeing if we get Mr. Rangel to pull it, have it recorded after his Monday training that he does every Monday and in the market. And then on the Millionaire Mentorship call that night, where we have the most eyeballs, we make that big announcement. Okay. But if you guys, and when you do this, just know this, for a person who's upgrading, when you upgrade in the month of November and your subscription runs again in December before the 15th, on or before, that's 2 entries. Okay. Also, for those of you who have, because some of you guys follow instructions, some of you do. And on, one of JC's videos, is a getting started video or 5 steps, whatever, he says, go out there and find 50 affiliates right away. Okay. So for those of you who went out there and found 50 affiliates or 40 or 50 affiliates or 25 affiliates, whatever it is that you're at right now at this moment, 10 affiliates at this moment, for every one of your personal or direct affiliates that upgrade, you will also get an entry because you're a driver. Okay. You're actually going out there promoting it. Okay? And so those of you who don't have a team, guys, get a bigger team. But the cool part about it is we're doing a drawing because some of you guys be like, man, this person here, when you start seeing the list, stuff like that, this person's got 10, this person's got 3, this person's got 4. And this is not a competition of who gets the most. Now, the most entries just gives you a better opportunity to be drawn. Okay. And so that's the most important thing. Okay. But one ticket can win. Your upgrade can win. Right. And so that's the most important thing, guys. Remember, everybody's a winner because everybody's going to get something. And I can guarantee you that Builders Boot Camp is going to be really nice. Right. And those prizes that You guys see there are very generous. So just remember, from now to December the 15th, which is the deadline, you now have the ability to go ahead and upgrade now. And when you do upgrade, send your partner a text message, say, I leveled up, right? And then put it in the chat so you can create some buzz in the WhatsApp chat, right? And so I know Juan is going to be he's going to be running the numbers nightly. And so we can see what's going on, and we'll be posting those as well. So you guys can see, you want to have your name on that list, guys. You want to make sure that people know that you take your business serious, that you are now upgrading. You're a part of the fold. You are now making a quality decision instead of a quantity decision. And we want to make sure we help you and reward you for that. Okay. So with that being said, guys, I'll turn you guys back over to your evenings, and go out there and again, be the star in your movie. Okay. You may not be able to read a script like some of these top leaders and producers and trainers and stuff like that, but make sure you read your script in the character of a leader with excellence and professionalism. And guys, I can just tell you, you'll find your voice, you'll find your stride, and you'll one day go out there and find a direct path to director, and then you start creating for everybody else. So again, thanks to owners for creating this platform. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I hope you guys got something out of the conversation, and let's go ahead and kill this quarter. Let's make sure that we have a 2025 to remember, guys. This may be the first quarter to the rest of your life. So have a good one. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.